All right. Well, Rob, you trash Robert Saleh, the coach of the New York Jets. Seems like you want to trash another head coach, the coach of the Los Angeles Rams, although maybe not for long. Sean McVay, Super Bowl winning coach, is, Rob, said to be, which I'm sure is true, reportedly, mulling his future. And does he want to stay with the Rams beyond this past season? Remember, last year, he almost left after the Super Bowl, came back, and they went 5-12, Rob. The future doesn't look that bright there. And now the talk is that he may leave, not necessarily for an immediate job. He'll certainly be coaching elsewhere probably in the next year or 2 or 3, but probably would go into the broadcast booth. But anyway, Rob, you don't like the fact that McVay might bolt.
Yeah, it's not that he can't leave, Chris. It's what they did to make him a winner. Like the Rams went out. I know the organization wanted to win. He was the youngest coach hired. He was the wonder boy. They were going to prove like what a football genius he was. And they just decided we're all in. F the picks. A terrible trade with the Lions. Gave up way too much. They got what they wanted, which was the Super Bowl. But I just feel like now he's going, like the cupboard's bare, like Ephraim and I playing around with him. But, like they don't have anything, Chris, like for the next couple years. Like this is going to be bad, especially if Stafford isn't healthy. And does Aaron Donald still want to play? Like when the wheels start to fall off, he's got his Super Bowl, he got his money. He might be like, I don't want to be a part of this. This is going to be ugly the other way, right, when you realize there aren't reinforcements. And that's what I think, because I want to see if he's really that wonder boy head coach, and I use that term, you know what I mean, affectionately, not demeaningly. You know that.
Right.
I want to see if he can rebuild the team or rebuild it up again and then win. Do you know what I mean? Like what can he do? He did stuff when he got there, right? With Jared Goff, who couldn't do anything under Jeff Fisher, Chris. So I give him credit for some of that. But let's see what he can do now that you have to restart this engine. But there are no reinforcements coming. So the quick and easy thing is to bail and leave the Rams holding the bag that has a hole in the bottom, because that's really what it's going to be. And if I'm the Rams, I feel a little like wow, okay. As soon as the things got tough, he said, I'm out of Dodge. When we were willing to give up everything, spend money on everybody, pay a ridiculous contract to Stafford got after the Super Bowl. They paid everybody, Chris, but they have no leverage, no room now. And I think this is going to be ugly for a few years. And I think that's why he wants out, because he doesn't want to have to deal with the aftermath.
I couldn't disagree more. First of all, he almost left after the Super Bowl. So they were at the top of the mountain and he was willing to leave. Unless you think that was just one big charade, but I don't. I think he seriously was considering leaving. So I don't think it's just because they had a bad year and the future looks bleak and all that. That's number one. Number two, I don't need to see anything else from Sean McVay. Sean McVay is a top flight coach. He proved it. You said it, Rob. You alluded to it. He proved it when he got there. The Rams hadn't made the playoffs in 12 years when he got there. They won 4 games the year before he got there. And he immediately, Todd Gurley was there. Todd Gurley wasn't new. He had been there under Jeff Fisher. And Sean McVay, like you said, with Jared Goff at quarterback, who's a pretty good quarterback, but not great. He turned him into a juggernaut. 11-5 from 4-12 to 11-5. And then the next year, his second year as a coach, he's in the Super Bowl. And then three years later, they win the Super Bowl. So Sean McVay is a made man. And if he wants to leave, even if it was because he sees that the future's bleak, I don't think it is, but even if it were, I wouldn't be mad at him because they wouldn't have a problem firing him if they felt like doing it. And so if he wants to go to a better position, and let's not act like they did all that for Sean McVay. The organization wanted a Super Bowl.
No, it's
they
not
wanted
just
a
that.
Super Bowl.
They had
and
to
they
also.
Got it.
They also had to justify his hire, and they were going to do whatever they could.
Justify it.
Yes, whatever they could to make.
Didn't justify it.
No, whatever
Before
they
the Super
could.
Bowl?
Whatever they could do for him to win. And Chris, he didn't leave because he didn't get the TV offer that he wanted. If he would have got a TV offer to get out of there, he knows deep down that you can't run a football for long term and have success. So it's better for him to get out now where people feel good about him.
What did you say? You can't run a football team long term and have success?
No. Not like that. Not like the way that they've done where they don't have any draft picks coming up. I'm saying he doesn't want to be the guy that people will look back and say, oh, yeah, they mortgaged the future. They did all this. He won one Super Bowl, and then he had 4 or 5 bad losing seasons. Get out now where I have my reputation as this unbelievable young coach who won a Super Bowl. It's about his legacy. Chris, if he has 4 or 5 bad years, they'll go,
Who said he don't have 4 or 5 bad years?
But I'm giving you the scenario.
Didn't they have a lot of injuries this year?
I'm giving you the scenario of why he would want to do it, okay? Obviously,
Rob,
I got to look into the future.
They lost Matthew Stafford, even when Stafford was playing, he was playing injured with a bad elbow. They lost Cooper Kupp. I mean, they had a lot of injuries. So Sean McVay, I don't know what more he has to prove. I get it. It's only been, 6-7 years that he's been coaching. But dude has been great. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1 with a team that hadn't made the playoffs in a dozen years. Like, what more do you need to see?
Can I give you, this is from Mike Florio's column from Pro Football Talk. Quote, there's a growing sense that he will step down. My understanding is it's not because of burnout or he wants to get into TV. He's won a Super Bowl and now he's facing a multi-year rebuild that he just doesn't want to be a part of. That's what people are saying around the football, that he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild.
So what's
which
wrong
is
with
what
that?
they're going.
He rebuilt them already.
That's fine, but I'm just telling you,
rebuild.
I don't feel good about Sean McVay cutting and running as soon as things go south. So that's just me, and you could say that's fine and that's your opinion and you're cool with it. I think the Rams should feel like they got bamboozled by this guy, that they did everything. Yeah, thinking that he was going to be around and he's this great coach. No.
They were a joke when he went there. A joke. 4-12, hadn't made the playoffs in like I said, a dozen years. He turns them around immediately. Next year, they're in the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl ultimately. I mean, come on. And he rebuilt them. So I don't blame him for not wanting to rebuild. Players don't want to go through a rebuild. And I don't know. That's still speculation. There's people around the league talking. You know how it is, Rob.
That's all I can go on. I'm sorry. That's all I can go on.
All I'm saying is you have to
There's always speculation. We talk about speculation all the time. So are we using it or are we not?
No, we're using it for what it is.
I said it. That's what I said.
True.
But that's what I said.
I'm not jumping on you for going with it. I'm just saying we don't know if it's true or not. Even if it is true, I don't have a problem with it. But we don't even know if it's true. There's speculation that Lamar Jackson's sitting out because he doesn't have a contract. Maybe that's true, maybe not.
I get the sense that he's just a front runner. He's about himself.
How?
This is just my feel of him.
They were good when he showed up. If he was a front runner, he wouldn't have taken the job.
He was 35. He was the youngest coach ever. What you can't pick what job you want.
He
had to take that job.
He could have looked at it like, man, they haven't been good in a long time.
Chris, come on, man. At 35 years old, he couldn't pick what job he wanted. He had no experience to be picking a job like that, and he took the opportunity. I gave him credit that he did some stuff. He doesn't want to be in the part of the rebuild.
I didn't hear it.
I said he turned Jared Goff around. I gave him credit for
Jared
that.
Goff, how about the whole franchise?
No, but he was big. Jared Goff looked like he was a bust when he was with the Rams under Jeff Fisher. I watched the guy. I thought he couldn't play.
No, we
thought
all
he couldn't
saw it.
play.
But I'm just saying, I mean, he didn't just turn around Jared Goff. He turned around the entire football team. That's what I'm saying. So